Chris Lopez with MLM Complete Package. And in this segment, I want to talk about the perceived value of a MLM customer versus the real value of a customer in your organization. And when I say customer, that's someone who is just buying your product or your service with nothing to do in regards to the business. They're just a normal, happy customer like you are when you go to the grocery store. You're just buying the groceries. You're not buying a grocery franchise. And the vast majority of MLM leaders and distributors have a really bad perception of the real value of what a customer is. I get frustrated because I hear people's attitude towards getting a customers or a new customer. Someone gets a new customer, like, oh, that's great. It's like 30, 40, 50 sales volume points. Whatever. Hey, but you need to go out there and sell the big package. That's 2,000 sales volume points. You'll make so much more money. And the attention always goes back towards recruiting, and there's very little appreciation for that customer. And yes, I'll agree that a 2,000 point initial product order or initial startup kit is going to give you a lot more payout than a 50 point customer order. But there's a big difference here. There is what I like to call a ripple effect from a distributor getting a customer. So think about when you go to a small lake or a pond and the water is completely still. It looks like glass, and you can actually see a reflection there. The water is just very flat and very smooth. Then you go out there and you take a pebble or a small stone and you throw it in the center. Well, that small stone ends up causing a huge amount of ripples going from where the stone hit the water all the way out to the shore. And it causes one ripple after another ripple, and it goes on for a while. And that one stone caused a huge ripple effect across the entire surface of the pond. And when a distributor gets a customer, especially if it's like their first customer or one of the, like the first, second, or third customer, it has a huge ripple effect in that person's business. Because most people are not sponsor monsters. They're not going to go out there and recruit 500 distributors over the lifetime of their organization. Yeah, every once in a while someone can go out there and do it, but for the most part, most people are not going to do that. And not only 500 distributors, a lot won't even recruit one or two distributors. And the reason a lot of those people won't recruit one or two distributors is because they are self-sabotaging themselves because they don't feel confident that they can actually train the person, or they don't feel like they have a real business with that when it comes to their network marketing organization. And I say this based off of the hundreds of people, actually it's probably thousands of people now that I've coached, not only between my downline, but also people in my company and also distributors from all around the industry. I talk to a lot of people through the MLM Complete Package website. And as I dig down into conversations with people, and a lot of times these are people who've been in their company for 5 or 10 years with very little to no success, one of my first questions is always around their customer base. Do you have customers? How many customers do you have? What's your attitude towards customers? And for the most part, it's customers. I don't have any customers. Why would I? The money's in recruiting. And for a lot of these people, they're in the mindset of, well, I can't go out there and recruit someone to my organization because I don't know how to train the person. But I can't train the person until I actually go out there and recruit someone into my organization. So it kind of becomes this weird catch-22 cycle of building an MLM business. But when you put a customer base and getting customers into the equation there, now all of a sudden things change. And this is going back to that ripple effect where, that MLM customer's order is not going to, increase your commission check by very much, but the ripple effect it has throughout your team members or your own organization can be huge. I've seen quite a few people who have not been able to recruit. For whatever reason they say they can't recruit, but all of a sudden I help them in establishing and creating a customer base, and then all of a sudden they go recruit 10 new distributors in the next 2 or 3 months. And for the most part, they're not saying anything different to the people that they're recruiting. But the difference is they have confidence. They have the belief in that, man, I have a real business. They have the belief in, wow, I actually made some money with this business. I actually might be able to grow this business. When I recruit someone, I actually have something to teach the person so he or she can go out there and start making money in this business as well. And now all of a sudden, building their MLM organization becomes a real possibility and something they can really see themselves doing. And that all came from getting a customer or getting a few customers. Now, for the vast majority of distributors in the MLM industry, the concept of getting customers is a complete paradigm shift. And I say this from experience. When I first joined my company, I was taught it was all recruiting focused, and that's how it was for the first, at least couple of years before we started having a paradigm shift of, wow, we need to get customers here. We started really understanding and appreciating the value of getting customers. And that's why we spend so much time at MLM Complete Package talking about getting customers, writing books about it, creating courses for it, because there's hardly anything out there in the MLM industry that actually talks about getting customers. I've never seen the basic training of an MLM company put much focus, if any focus, on getting customers. Leaders and gurus training programs don't mention customers, or it's all an afterthought. It's, oh, well, if the person won't sign up as a distributor in your organization, see if they'll become a customer. It's like the customer is a second-class citizen to becoming a distributor. It's an afterthought. And that's just incorrect on so many levels. So if you truly want to build a legitimate network marketing organization, if you want to start having your own ripple effect in your own organization with yourself and your team members on getting customers, then what you need to do is you need to read our book, The Complete Networker, and you can get that at www.completenetworker.com, and you can buy a paperback version of the book, or read it on your iPad or Kindle or whatever device you have. The second thing you need to go out there and do is get our customer endorsement course. So the Complete Networker book will go into a lot of the overall details about how we go out there building our network marketing business with what we call as business common sense. And customers are a big part of that. The customer endorsement course is it's about a 10 video series course where I walk you through how to create a process, how to create a marketing funnel built around your product or your service and your own experience with it, all the way from what to say to initially get interest, to getting the customer, to getting them as a repeat customer, and then turning that customer into a long-term customer and an actual referral base for you. So you can get that at MLMcompletepackage.com, and if you click on the store there, you'll be able to find the customer endorsement course. Now, if you read the book and get that course and actually spend time really studying those things and go out there and implement strategies, you'll start getting customers and you can start creating the customer ripple effect. And look, if you go through and read the book and study the course and really implement the strategies in there, and it doesn't help you get customers and it doesn't start creating that customer ripple effect, you call our office or you email us and I'll refund your money on both of those things. That's how much confidence I have in those courses. I can't think of one person who's gone through that course and actually spent the time implementing the strategies and creating the process that I talk about in there, where they don't go out there and get at least one customer. For the most part, a lot of times people get customers in the double digits. And quite a few people have gone on to take that information and become a top 25 customer enroller company-wide. So this stuff is really good. So if you're having trouble getting your organization off the ground, or you can't quite get things working out for you, stop wasting money on the next course to generate leads, or the next course on how to recruit someone, or the next course for this, or next course for that, and rather invest in building your business with business common sense and building a customer base.